and this is another WordPress Wednesday. Today we're going to take time to look at best practices for SEO inside of the Divi theme from Elegant Themes. Of course, this is brought to you by Liquid Web, the most helpful humans in hosting. If you need help with WordPress support, WooCommerce, security, or if you need to increase the speed on your WordPress website, be sure to reach out to Liquid Web. I'll put a link below in the description box for you to check out a totally free trial. All right, let's get to the tutorial. So many of you know that if you watch my channel, my own website runs on Divi, and I absolutely love the power of this theme. I have an entire playlist here on my YouTube channel dedicated to all things Divi. But let's talk about SEO specifically. What can we be doing on our websites to improve, and how does Divi empower us to have even better optimization? I'm going to show you some access points right now. First things first, we want to be sure to jump into your dashboard, go into your dashboard and be certain that you go into your settings and go to permalinks. We want to be certain that you have a custom structure right here. We want to look at either having a category in there in the thread, in the string, or just at least having the post name here. I prefer having not just the post name, I prefer including the category. So I put category first and then post name. Let me say right now though, if you've not done this and you already have a live site, please be very aware that making this change right now could completely and totally mess up all of your links in your whole website, causing you a serious nightmare. So this needs to be best practices out of the gate, establishing your very first website. It's very, very important to learn about permalink structure, and there are all sorts of opportunities online to do that. There's a link up here at the top that has this warning to tell you when you're touching permalink settings, you can really mess up your search engine rank. So this is best practice, in my opinion, when it comes to structuring your URL paths. But it's really up to you on how you'd like to run your site. I would say minimally have the post name living there. Next, I want to talk about your page headers. Every single page on your WordPress website needs to have an H1 and H2s. You need to have the ability to add these things in easily and quickly down the page. So whenever you're coming in here into your text, as you know, WordPress allows us to write code into a WYSIWYG. We have that visual mode or that text mode. Well, Divi allows us to do that as well. So be certain to have an H1 as somebody is Googling around trying to find your resources. Be certain that you have an H1 on your page. And I suggest only having one H1 on your page, and then having any other large text you could have in easily in an H2, or as you see here, an H3, other options, but you certainly want to address your H1, H2, H3, your header tags on your website. Next, I want you to always remember that images must have alt tags behind them. And I know if you're familiar with them, you've probably gone into your media library. Let's go jump in your dashboard really quickly, go snoop for a second over into your media library. Of course, any of these pictures that you choose, you can always have the alt text right here, right? But inside of Divi, when you're applying these, especially inside of a page or a post, you want to be certain that you're carrying that over inside of the builder if you're using the Divi builder. So let's jump back to the front of the website. I'm going to jump into my toolbox page, and I'll show you by enabling the builder here. Let's take a look for a minute, and let me show you. Scrolling down, I'm just going to choose any image here. WS Form, if y'all are familiar with this really great form builder. I'm going to open up the gear icon here on this image module, and what we want to do here is check to go into the advanced tab. Okay, so follow along with me here. We're seeing the content and I'm in an image module. I'm going to click over to the advanced tab. Here is where we would play around with any of our custom CSS, our CSS IDs, anything like that. But also there's this section here called attributes. This is where you want to come in and be certain that your image alt text is set. So please take a moment and be certain. Of course, this is also best practices for accessibility. So it's really important that you take time for every single one of your images to be certain that that area has been addressed in each one of your modules, so that not only a browser reader can read this to an individual, but also Google can easily read it, or any search engine for that matter can easily read your image. Just because we know that you've applied it inside of the media library does not necessarily mean that it's being called. So adding it into this advanced tab on the image module allows that to be taken care of there. So let's change this one. This one is going to be Instagram feed. Let's do that. And change it here. And that is always going to be best practices. While we're here in this section, I'm going to mention another really cool SEO tip. Text that is linked, anchor text. So you're going to see this red font kind of sprinkled throughout this page in each one of these columns. Each one of these are linked text areas that are clickable. People can go out and find the Yoast plugin. They can go out and find the Instagram feed plugin. Easily and quickly click, and they can visibly see the difference that there's something different about this text. Well, Google also loves that because it knows that it is a great user experience. So anytime that you have a paragraph area or a text area where you're adding in a description and you have an opportunity to mention something that could be clickable, be certain to go in and add in that little extra bit of code. Of course, if you're in that visual mode, all you have to do is highlight the text there and click on the insert link. You certainly want to give it that URL, and you can also give it that title for best practices when it comes to SEO, and click OK, allowing that text to now become an active link. And the last thing we'll cover in this particular video is going to be responsive design. We all know a few years back that Google started griping at us about getting our website nice and optimized for a smaller cell phone or tablet view. Well, if you've ever noticed, over here on the left side, look down at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. When you open up this little section here for the Divi menu to save, when you open up this little area and extend it out, on this left side, you have the ability to click to see tablet view. You also have the ability to click to see the cell phone view. Did you know that in these views, you can make edits that then only apply to this view? So let's say I wanted this text to maybe break a little differently. Maybe this paragraph just isn't right, or I want this text to be a little bit larger even. You can make any change you want in this area, and easily and quickly you've impacted then the cell phone or the mobile view, right? So let's go in here. We're going to click on the gear icon for this section, go into our text here. Notice when I come into this text area, watch this. See this little icon option appear? You want to go ahead and choose mobile. Be certain that you're in the phone mode. And then you can do a couple of different things. You can add in a break if you wanted it to break in a certain area. We can just add in that break. All I did was hold down the shift and hit the return key, and that broke it differently. If I wanted it here, break it again, break it there. And now you're going to see that start to reflect in this area. Again, that change is only going to be impactful on the phone view. You can go into the design mode and you can go to the body text. We're going to go down to the font size here. And again, we've got this little extra menu that appears. I'm going to go into the phone mode. I'm in that phone view, and I'm going to go ahead and extend it up and make it be 22 font. Why not? Nice and large right there to get your attention. Well, now I don't like the way it's breaking. So let's jump back into the content, go back over here, be certain that we're still in that phone mode, and let's kind of piece it back together and see how it feels. All right, maybe I like that. That kind of works okay. I like that better. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, save that. Then when I go back into tablet mode, watch the magic happen. Look at the font size revert back. And of course, desktop will revert back as well to that smaller font size. And I can click save. Now when I go view it on mobile, it's going to have that nice large font size for me in mobile. All of that is best optimization for SEO because you're giving a great user experience to all of your visitors coming in and seeing your site, able to read things easily and legibly. Remember, you can do that with any section. Let's say that this little divide here at the bottom just isn't really working for you with all this space on a mobile device. Well, again, in this mobile view, you can shrink some of that up if you want. If that's just too much space, shrink it in and bring that space up. allowing the user to quickly get to this next paragraph. All of that is going to be impactful on a phone view only. So really cool options here. That's again one of the reasons why I absolutely love the power under the hood of the Divi theme. Well, I hope that helps y'all. I know that this is kind of a quick video, but if you're interested in learning even more about SEO, I have a totally free course that you can take that will help you truly understand kind of the ABCs of what you need to do to improve fully the optimization of your website. So be sure to check out the links below. I've got a whole playlist here on YouTube as well. Click like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next WordPress Wednesday. Bye, everyone.